D.H. Lawrence's novel, Sons and Lovers, 1913, is a semi-autobiographical work that delves into complex familial relationships, romantic entanglements, and the struggle for self-identity. Set in early 20th century England, the novel follows the life of Paul Morel, a young man caught between his devotion to his mother and his desire for romantic fulfillment. Gertrude Morel, a strong-willed and intelligent woman, marries Walter Morel, a rough and passionate miner. Their marriage soon turns sour due to financial struggles and Walter's drinking habits. Gertrude becomes disillusioned and redirects her emotional energy toward her children, especially her sons, William and Paul. William, the eldest son, is a bright and ambitious young man who earns a good job in London. However, his relationship with his fiancée Lily is strained, and his overwork leads to his early death. Gertrude is devastated and turns her full attention to her second son, Paul. Paul, an artistically gifted but emotionally conflicted young man, becomes the central focus of the story. His relationship with his mother is deeply intertwined with his emotional and psychological development. Miriam Leivers. Paul has a deep but complicated relationship with Miriam, a spiritual and idealistic girl. Despite their intellectual and emotional connection, Paul is hesitant to commit fully, fearing it might jeopardize his bond with his mother. Clara Dawes. Paul begins a passionate affair with Clara, a married woman estranged from her husband, Baxter Dawes. This relationship is more physical than emotional, but fails to fulfill him entirely. Gertrude's health deteriorates, and Paul devotes himself to caring for her. After her death, Paul experiences profound grief and a sense of liberation. He decides to seek independence and forge his own path, leaving behind his attachments to his mother, Miriam, and Clara. Oedipal complex and familial ties. Freud's theory of the Oedipal complex significantly influences the novel. Paul's intense bond with his mother hampers his romantic relationships, symbolizing the psychological struggle between maternal attachment and personal independence. Class and industrialism. The novel portrays the challenges of working-class life in an industrial society. Walter represents the physical labor of the mining class, while Paul embodies the artistic and intellectual aspirations of a new generation seeking to transcend social constraints. Gender and power dynamics. Gertrude's dominance in the Morel household and her influence over her sons highlight shifting gender roles in the early 20th century. Paul's relationships with Miriam and Clara further explore themes of sexual freedom, power, and emotional dependency. Nature symbolizes emotional freedom and the spiritual connection between characters, particularly Paul and Miriam. Flowers represent Paul's artistic sensitivity and the fragility of his relationships. Light and darkness, often juxtaposed to reflect inner turmoil and moments of clarity. Love and Relationships explores the complexities of familial, romantic, and platonic love, individuality versus conformity. Paul's journey is one of self-discovery and the quest for independence. Industrialization and its impact captures the alienation and struggles of the working class. Sons and Lovers is a profound exploration of human emotions, relationships, and societal pressures. Its rich psychological depth, combined with vivid descriptions of the Nottinghamshire countryside and the industrial environment, makes it one of D.H. Lawrence's most celebrated works. Paul's ultimate decision to embrace his independence reflects Lawrence's belief in the power of individual will to transcend familial and societal constraints.